Bonjour, this is Miss MFL looking at the first photo card example from AQAs specimen papers for the foundation tier. I recommend you take 6 minutes now to prepare your answers to the questions at the bottom of the page. Remember, there will be 2 other questions that you don't get to see in advance. I do recommend 6 minutes because you have 12 minutes total to prepare for the photo card and the role play part of the assessment, so splitting it in half is a good idea. If your chosen topic for the general conversation is on family or anything in theme 1 to do with identity and culture, you do not need to practice for this photo card because you won't be asked anything on the same topic. When we come back, I'll ask you the questions. I will leave a gap between them, but I recommend you pause to give yourself some thinking time and to be able to give a longer answer if you want to. To get top marks in this part of the assessment, you need to answer at least most of the questions in detail. So that means answering 3 out of the 5 in detail as a minimum. The easiest way to do this would be answering the questions that you see in advance in detail. But if you're struggling with this, you may find the questions that you don't see in advance easier to go into more detail on. Okay, when you unpause the video, we'll go through and have a go at the questions. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a sur la photo? Est-ce que tu es allé à un mariage récemment? Tu t'entends bien avec ta famille? Pourquoi? Décris ton meilleur ami. Qu'est-ce que tu fais avec tes amis le week-end? Okay, that's the end of the assessment. So let's go through and have a look at what the questions mean and how we might go about answering them. So the first question is always the same, what's in the photo? So we can practice these quite easily. I recommend trying to give at least 4 sentences describing things in the photo, and we can make assumptions as well based on the image. So in this one, we'd be talking about the fact that it's a wedding, there is a couple and family there. We might be talking about the cake that we can see and the clothing that they're wearing, perhaps how they appear, so they all appear happy as well, would be a few ideas for that one. The next question, have you been to a wedding recently? I would strongly recommend that even if you haven't been to a wedding recently, that you say yes, because this will give you more opportunity to show off what you know about the language. You can just make up the details. The next one, do you get on well with your family? Why or why not? So pick at least one family member to talk about your relationship with. You do need to give a reason for that as well, which could be along the lines of because you share the same interests, they have a good sense of humour, or just that they're nice or funny, things like that. The unpredictable questions now then. So the first one of those is describe your best friend. So a simple description will be fine for this, particularly if you've gone into detail on the previous 3. Describe what they look like and what they're like in terms of their personality. The last one, what do you do with your friends at the weekend? So this is a present tense question. Give a few ideas of the kinds of activities that you might do at the weekend and say what it's like. So do you like it? Is it fun? Is it interesting? Things like that. Okay, do watch out for the question about going to a recent wedding because it is in the past tense. So we need to make sure that we're using the past tense throughout. Good luck preparing for your GCSEs. I hope you found this useful. Au revoir.